Hello and welcome to Drive-In Double Feature Podcast. I'm Nathan,
I'm Ryan.
and this is the podcast where we talk about two movies a week every Tuesday and Thursday. But before we get into today's episode, I want to talk to you about our Patreon. If you head over to our Patreon, you can get free, not free. Sorry, guys. I said free on accident. It's $5 for some bonus content. You help support us, you get some entertainment, but this show will remain to be free. But getting into this week's episode, we are talking about What Have They Done to Your Daughters from 1974, directed by Massimo Dallamano. This movie is a mix of giallo, which we've talked about a bit before on here, Italian horror movies, and poliziottesco. Hope I'm getting these right, which is Italian cop movies, which is a whole different subgenre that I don't think we've really touched on here. This movie is a merge point of this because it is a police procedural mixed with like a masked killer. But Ryan, before we get into this, I got to ask you, do you know what they've done to your daughters?
Unspeakable things in this
Unspeakable
movie,
things? Oh yeah, unspeakable, horrible things.
and that you have to listen to every single second of it in excruciating detail with audio presentation, not once, not twice, but three times in this movie.
Yes. If you want to talk about a movie that is in your face about its violence and sex, this is the one. This is as the guy I did listen to audio commentary for this movie because I do own this movie. And the guy kept calling this is a particularly nasty little film. He kept saying that, and I was like, you know what? I get it though. It is a nasty movie.
I don't like the way he says it like that, though. This is a nasty little movie.
Yeah, nasty little movie. Yeah, that's what he would say. There's more to that. I guess I'll go into it now since we're here. There is no sex shown on screen. It's a lot of audio,
Yeah.
but in the deleted scenes, there is hardcore pornography. And this is presented to you on Arrow. I didn't feel like I fast forwarded through it. And like from what I saw, it was pretty gross, like an old big man and just like, yeah, what you would expect.
Very suspiciously young looking girl.
Exactly, because this movie is not about adult women. Luckily, that footage was never used. It was common, not common, but it was done before that these movies would be made. They'd film hardcore scenes and they would have like a porn version and a regular version, but this one never got a porn version made. Actually, one
It's
interesting thing,
wild to me.
yeah, that is wild, especially for a
It's
movie
like
this gross.
somebody was just like, yeah, yeah, this is great stuff.
Yeah, right. This is just what I want to see. Yeah, no. This director actually died pretty soon after this movie was made. And he was
Good.
59 years old. Oh, come on. No.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, he actually died in a car crash pretty soon after this movie was made, and he actually has a very small directorial career. So that's why he's not very well known amongst like Giallo fans, I think. But he is important outside of Giallo. He actually was the cinematographer for A Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there is a little bit there. He didn't do Good, Bad, and the Ugly though, because Sergio Leone got rid of him by that point for whatever reason.
See, yeah, he's like, look, I got this. He's like, went to like Sergio Leone with like this script. It's like, oh yes, I think this will make a great movie. And just like
Get
Sergio Leone,
out!
just like, it's like, get out, like leave.
Are
Don't
you a
ever
you're a
show,
freak?
show, don't show your face to me ever again.
Mhm. So yeah, I guess getting into this movie, right off the bat, we see a young girl having hung herself. So you see this shot of and you watch the Tubi version, which the Tubi
Yeah.
version cuts out the opening credits for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was thought the movie started very abruptly. Well, like it has a really like stupid opening, like production
Mhm.
card, doot doot doot, like
Yes.
old-timey cinema type thing. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, and then it's just like bam, dead girl.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just a dead girl, and that's how it starts. No, there's an opening title sequence where you get shots of Italy to the theme music of this movie, and then you see that.
Is it the rigatoni song? Is it the theme?
No, it's not the rigatoni song. This is one of the few Italian movies that does not feature the rigatoni song. Yeah, which is really sad.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I agree. Um, but yeah, this little girl has like killed herself. Well, the teenager, all the girls in this movie are like young teenagers. And you think it's a suicide, but then you come to find out soon after that it's not. It was staged to look like a suicide. And there's a cop, and then there is a female DA. And the it doesn't really it does a good job with the female DA. If I do have to give this movie props for one thing, played by uh, Marina Berti, who actually I think this does a solid enough job. The movie doesn't write her like a dumb woman that can't handle this kind of death. Because I feel like that's how these Italian movies handle that usually.
No, I will get that credit. She at least is not, she at least is a competent character. I mean,
Yes.
she at least is not like a damsel in distress type of character or just somebody like or just like a very hysterical woman.
Yeah. See, but I will say they're competent, all the cops, or most of the cops. But I think that's kind of this movie's downfall in my eyes. If there's one thing about this movie is it might be an expectation thing. I was hoping for a giallo movie, but this is way more towards the police side. It is about the red tape, finding clues, but not even like a detective movie. It's very kind of dry at times, getting into like the nitty gritty of the details, and then sometimes you'll get a killer scene, but that's barely any of the movie.
Yeah, I guess I was kind of hoping for, like you said, more of a giallo style because
Mhm.
in my mind, I'm thinking, you're going to get a lot of killer POV shots, which we do get some of those.
Yeah,
There are
yeah,
some. But, like I was thinking of stuff like, I guess I was expecting something like what we did before, like the fifth chord, if you remember that
yep.
one,
Great
where
movie.
it was just like totally like a movie we'd never heard of before, and it was
Mm.
completely like super stylish, like really great songs and all that, and it was just like kind of like caught us by surprise. But this one, it's very by the books. It's very much just like, yep, this is what we need to do to get the clues, and this is who we need to question, and yep, here's the crime scene, and here's what we
Mhm.
need to, here's the clues that we can pull from this scene, and
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
it's really interesting how like almost slow it is in that like in those thoughts, which I guess like in a way I kind of liked. Like I think there's things I liked here, but I would not call this one of my favorite Italian movies we've covered.
no.
Um,
I I thought it was a little on the dull side, to be honest. Like
mhm.
disregarding even all the like really gross stuff in it, I thought it was kind of dull.
Yeah, yeah, and I can agree with that. Yeah, because it is a very gross movie. So what it is, it's a bunch of little girls that are getting killed around town. And as we find out, and this is pretty deep late into the movie, is that it's basically a sex ring for rich people in Italy, and these rich people are hiring teenagers, or I guess it's like a
Mm.
service that like kidnaps and drugs teenagers, and then they have sex with them, and then now someone's trying to cover it up and killed all of these kids.
Now imagine that. Imagine a bunch of billionaires paying for sex for
That's all.
underage girl. I mean, who that's
It's
such a fantasy concept. I just wouldn't
yeah.
expect that to be in this day and age.
When I was watching this movie, if there was anything that's like, wow, this is really just like crazy that like how topical this is, like 50 years later, right? And it's like an idea that's almost would have probably been like, oh, well, that's a little far fetched, is close to true. It's really disgusting to think of.
Jeffrey Epstein watched this movie and he's like, "Hey, Giselle, I got an idea."
Yeah, oh my God.
I-
This movie started the whole Epstein thing. Oh God. But no, yeah, I mean that's what this movie is about. So like if anything now it's gotten like an even seedier feeling to it because you know that crap like this like happens for real. Um and you get to hear this all. There's like a whole scene where the audio is playing and you hear the acts that are going on, which is where those scenes were supposed to go, by the way, the deleted scenes, which is
Oh,
so
thank God for that.
disgusting. Well, yeah, if that was in the movie, then we probably wouldn't cover it here. We wouldn't be
No,
talking.
I was about to say if that was in here, like I might have shut it off. Like,
Yeah, because there's no reason to even see that because it's obviously rape, and I don't. There's no reason for that. It's already hard enough to watch.
yeah. Now, so one thing I do want to say about that is that as gross as it was to hear it, I can kind of understand it maybe the one time.
Hmm.
And I don't want to make it seem like, that's something I was looking for or whatever,
Of course.
but they play this three times in the movie. And it's just like, I like the first time I'm like, oh my God, like that was so impactful and like at first, but then it kind of killed it for me when it's like they did it like three times
Yeah.
where it was just like these poor girls like getting like assaulted by these men. So it was kind of
Mhm.
like I was like I kind of feel like at this point like you're doing it as like a fantasy or to like sexualize it in some way at some point because
Yes. Yeah.
like I mean obviously that was the intent if they're adding like these hardcore pornography scenes to
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
movie. So that's kind of what the movie's intent was, at least. So like I guess for like guys to be aroused by it. And
Hmm.
that kind of makes it even worse now that you told me that for me. I mean,
Yeah.
because at first, like I said, I was just like, okay, like they're kind of overdoing it. But now the fact that there was actually like a visual to it, that's even worse. So I what I'm trying to say is I would have given it the one pass, like the one audio clip just to like show how impactful it was.
Hmm.
But after that, I was really kind of just bothered by it.
No, and I think that's completely in your right to be bothered by that because I guess I didn't think about it that hard that they were trying to sexualize it, and I thought yeah, I guess in my head I just didn't even think about it that way. But when the way you put it is like, yeah, maybe it's like too in your face, tries to show it off too much, and then that's when it's like like you said, it's like a movie to like oh wow, if you're into this, you'll be into this movie.
I guess what I'm trying to say is like I don't. We've said it before. Less is more
It's
type of
true.
thing. Where
Yeah.
there have been other movies. Like I remember, I think it was New York Ripper. We did this. We had the same kind of
Hmm.
topic where it was like they literally showed like a guy's barefoot like going into like a woman's like
Yeah.
exposed crotch, and it was just kind of like, yeah, I get what you're going for here, but you really didn't need to show that type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I,
you're pushing boundaries too far. Um,
like,
yeah, and I mean you get that a lot here. Like they're not even that, but there's a lot of nudity scenes. Like there's a scene with the mom yelling at her daughter who's on birth control, and she's nude in that scene. And it's like these are supposed to be young. They're supposed to be young, underage.
I did look it up, and they were at least graduated from high school age girls, so they were
Yes,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's not like
so
we're
that was
watching that Brooke Shields movie or whatever.
the guy game.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're not playing the guy game here.
Yeah, no, so yeah, there was a lot of like scenes like that in here where it was just like a girl like just completely topless, just like just
Hmm.
to be impactful, I guess, just for some reason she's topless.
Yeah, and it sucks too because I think the the sided parts of this are actually really good. I love the aesthetic of the killer who is completely in black and wearing a black motorcycle helmet with a butcher knife. That's just great stuff.
Well, I mean, like the scenes with that, like the actual giallo element with like the POV of the killer and stuff,
Hmm.
I like that a lot,
Yeah.
honestly.
No, they
Like,
did action well.
like, like the one guy where it's like the guy, like the night guard is just like putting his hand on like a light switch and he's just
Oh
like
yeah.
slowly dimming it and then you just see his hand just get chopped off by like a butcher's knife.
Yeah, and it's like really grisly. And that whole scene is really good because it's not steady cam. I don't think that was invented yet, but it was just like almost like someone was running behind the person and the camera's shaking and the way it's shot. And then there's a motorcycle chase scene. I thought that was really good too, where the POV was in front of the motorcycle and they're chasing through the streets of Rome. That was really well done. Like when it got into like the violence and like the actiony stuff, you could tell there was something there. I just think it got maybe too bogged down with getting into the details of the crimes and everything. Because, like you said, it gets a little dull whenever they're going out and asking questions and just trying to learn stuff about this. And maybe that just wasn't where it needed to be aimed.
So when they do reveal who the killer is that am I just stupid? Did I not realize who that guy was, or was that supposed to be somebody? Or
I don't, I no, not that I know of. To be honest with you, I didn't finish the whole commentary track in time for this. I had to end it about 20 minutes early. But so maybe I didn't get to see what the reveal was, but from the end of the movie that I watched, I was like, I don't know who that is. And I think maybe you're not supposed to know that it's literally just some guy that used this escort service, just going in and trying not to get caught and killing these girls.
I guess, or was that maybe like a hit? I thought maybe he was like a hitman that was hired by like the rich people, possibly. But
They don't
I
explain it.
so I that I don't know. That's but maybe I was like, did I just I thought I missed like a major plot point. I was like, wait, is that was that supposed to be somebody like that we
No.
saw before? But then because like it's Giallo, so I was like, we've seen those before. It'll just be like this super minor
We've
character.
joked about that before.
I thought that's what I was looking for in this movie. And I'm like, because I watched this movie with somebody, and
Mhm.
I was like, usually with Giallo, it's usually like a somebody like super minor, like where it'll be like if you go to like if it's two characters like in a restaurant or whatever, and like a waitress brings them food and leaves, like it could be the
Mhm.
waitress, like
Yes, yeah.
it's that minor, like a total background character could be the killer.
Yeah, and I gotta ask now because I know because you watched it with somebody. How did they feel about the movie?
Well, they didn't like it either.
I get it. It seems like an uncomfortable movie to watch with somebody.
Oh yeah, imagine watching this with like a friend or something. You're just like,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
I feel like the two of us could handle it just because we sit here and talk about these movies for over 300 times, but like I couldn't imagine just like
I would, yeah, like you and me, like I know, like, because you and I have been exposed to like sadly worse. So it's
oh yeah.
like, so I'm like, I mean, I could watch the movie totally fine and not be like completely like I like, oh, I gotta shut this off type of thing. But like, so when I said like before, like, because I was watching with somebody, if it did have all those hardcore scenes in there,
Oh
that's probably when I'd
no.
be like,
Okay. I
like,
I wouldn't even
hard
watch that
stop.
with you. I would be like, okay, let's just shut this down really quickly.
I'm-
Yeah, because I mean, like that's like pushing it. But no, I mean, I'm glad they cut that out, and there is no porn cut of this movie. I think
But
that's good.
like, imagine if like you and I were like sat there watching like The Overfiend or something together or whatever.
I forgot we watched the Overfiend
Like imagine like you're just sitting there watching. I got this new anime movie, and it's just like a bunch of rape scenes over and over again. You're just like,
with you. Yeah, that might have been the movie that put was close to pushing it too far.
that one. Yeah, like I said, that I remember like I was almost texting you and be like, Nathan, I think we should switch movies. Like,
Yeah. And to be honest with you, this is one that I didn't even know the any info about. It was a part of my
no,
box set that I own and I was like, "Oh, it's got a cool name. Let's check it out." Um
no, no, yeah, I again, it's not the worst thing we've seen, so I could handle it.
yeah,
But if it did have all that stuff in there, then maybe it'd be a different story if I was watching with somebody else.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I overall, um, even disregarding all that stuff, like I said before, I thought it was a pretty dull movie for the most part. I mean, they kind of end on like, I guess like a real downer note in this
Hmm.
movie because they do kind of like put together that, it is all these like super rich, powerful guys that are having sex with all these girls. And then, basically like the DA agents, like, we've got all these names, like we could put all these people away, like no problem. But like the police chief is basically just like, drop it. Like
Yeah.
it's over. Like we got the killer, the investigation over.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those movies where it's like the rich and powerful get away with it and everything gets shut down. Which I mean, like once again, fantasy world where rich can get away with certain acts like this
They
and
would
nothing
never,
will ever
yeah, you would
happen.
never be able to,
Oh,
people would never get away with something like this
no,
ever.
our legal system would not allow that. Well, I guess we're talking about Italy, but it's still, it's just yeah. Which I mean, honestly, if it's gonna go for a bummer ending, this one makes sense. It is depressing. Nobody gets justice here, and it is a very
Oh,
sad
oh
movie.
yeah. I mean, can you imagine? Like, I don't even know like what you'd even do if like if somebody like gave them notes like add a happy ending or something like I
Yeah,
don't even know how would you
it
even like frame it.
it would need another hour, and it would have to become like a vigilante movie. Like the cop has to like go out and kill these people. That's the only way it could have been done.
Or
Um,
like or like one of the or somebody came for or like turns out like she was actually alive the whole time. It's like I'm gonna be a witness or something stupid like that.
Oh, and then yeah, and then the ending title card. Everybody that committed the sex act went to prison and for life.
No,
Um,
everyone went to prison forever.
yeah. Oh, and one more thing I got to add really quickly. The main character swaps in this movie. Isn't that weird? Where the movie starts out with the old cop, and then he's like, "I can't be the lead investigator because I have a young daughter," and then it switches to another cop for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I was like, who is this guy? I mean, like, I was like, I barely knew the other guy, and we're already
Yeah.
just like, forget about it. And then, oh yeah, and that was like the big, like, I guess twist is like the older guy, the older cop's like daughter was one of the one that was part of the ring.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And that's why he dropped out. But yeah, and just that was an interesting point. But I think overall, I would not recommend this one to most people, especially if you never watched a Giallo movie ever. This is not a great intro. And that's why I feel like this being part of a box set is a little iffy. So yeah, I say don't go out of your way and seek this one.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all, so I would not recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah. And guess what? I watched it twice. Well, technically, I listened to the commentary track. I had it on.
Oh, well, lucky you.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, it was a very interesting. I will say the guy they got to do the commentary track is like a historian on these type of movies and has written books. I don't have his name at the moment, but he was very knowledgeable. Like he knew like the actors and everything they've been in. He knew all the artists that were in this and who they had dubbed. So he was great actually.
I mean, to be fair, I would have probably, if I had something like that, just to add some more context to the movie,
Mhm.
I probably would have appreciated it more too.
Yeah, definitely. But that wraps it up for today. But Ryan, what are we covering on Thursday?
Well, Nathan, we're going to go back to the swamp and we're going to talk about Alligator Alley, which is streaming for free on Tubi right now.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to watch that one. And if you want to email us, you can email us at driveanddoubleFeaturePodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. But until next time.
Until next time.